Today in Ashburn, Virginia at the Commanders training complex, the Commanders had their first burgundy versus gold scrimmage, the first team offense versus the first team defense, and of course the second team offense versus the second team defense. Some very interesting takeaways from that scrimmage today, and before we get into those, make sure you guys click that subscribe button and join us here on the Commanders Report for daily Commanders videos on this channel for free. Also, we have breaking news coverage, so whenever that Terry McLaurin contract extension hopefully comes to pass here in the coming days, we will have coverage for you guys on this channel. Also, we have weekly live shows and weekly watch parties for every single Commanders game this season. So make sure you guys join the over 43,000 Commanders fans already subscribed to the channel for your daily dose of Commanders news and rumors. So the biggest news today at the scrimmage wasn't actually on the playing field. It was what was happening on the sidelines, which is that all-pro wide receiver Terry McLaurin was at practice for the first time all training camp. He would show up after practice to sign autographs and talk with various players and coaches, but he wouldn't be there during practice. Today he was there on the sideline chatting it up with GM Adam Peters. This photo came from Grant Paulin, who was there on hand to watch the practice today, and he got this photo of Terry McLaurin in a Commanders hoodie, by the way. He had his hoodie up, and he was talking with GM Adam Peters. So the fact that those two are talking, I think, is a very good sign. And the fact that Terry is wearing Commanders apparel is a very good sign that he very much still wants to get a deal done, and the Commanders definitely want to get a deal done still at this point in time, and that a deal at this point is a matter of when and not if. But again, there's that question that we've been discussing on this channel for the last few weeks, which is a big concern of mine, is when exactly is this deal going to get done? Because Adam Peters' history and upbringing as a GM back in his days at San Francisco, they would let these negotiations drag on all the way close to right up to the deadline of the start of the season, and I'm worried that that is going to be the case with this Terry McLaurin situation as well. And I am worried that a slow start could potentially happen for the Washington Commanders offense this year, because as good as Jayden Daniels is as a quarterback, guys, I think he does need his number one weapon out there for this offense as a whole to be effective and to really draw attention away from other wide receivers and give them more opportunities in this offense. And I think today's practice kind of showed that weakness today. But make sure you get down there and predict it for me down there in the comments section. How will the Commanders offense start this season? After what I saw from Brandon Ayuk and CeeDee Lamb getting their deals done late last year and then having really slow starts with their respective quarterbacks last year, I'm worried about the connection between Jayden Daniels and Terry McLaurin, at least to start this season, if this deal doesn't get done quickly. So type H if you think they're going to start out hot, or type C if you think they're going to start out cold. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. In just a second here, I'm going to give you guys an awesome opportunity to get a great piece of Commanders apparel. And while I'm talking to you about our sponsor today, guys, answer today's pinned question down there in the comments. And with that, go to chatsports.com/Daniels to pick up a Jayden Daniels Washington Commanders jersey today before the start of the 2025 Commanders schedule. Of course, this team lines up against the New York Football Giants, a division rival, week one here, and it's going to be a big one, guys. And if you want to be repping QB1 on your body for that game, time is running out to get a Jayden Daniels jersey before the start of the regular season, so you have to really capitalize on this right now, guys. And it also helps out the channel with every purchase that you make when you use our special link, chatsports.com/Daniels. So if you want to help out the channel and you want to get a Jayden Daniels jersey before the start of the 2025 regular season, go down there in the comment section, find that link, click it, make a purchase, and we would greatly appreciate it. So today, the biggest takeaway from the scrimmage was that it wasn't a great day for the first-team offense and Jayden Daniels, who weren't really able to move the football against the Commanders' first-team defense. And I think it definitely points to them missing scary Terry McLaurin out there as their bona fide number one receiver. Grant Paulson, who also got that photo of Terry McLaurin, had this to say after the practice was over. He says, disclaimer, it's one practice that won't matter by this time tomorrow. Observation, the first-team offense got dominated today. Daniels was probably sub 50% with his completions coming almost exclusively on screens and checkdowns. Washington couldn't run the ball, and receivers had DBs draped on them. Pass rush also got the better of O-line consistently. Offense got few first downs and 0 points. Just an ugly scrimmage in terms of the starting O. So obviously that's not what you want to hear, but also by all reports on the ground there, the defense was great today. Von Miller has had a fantastic camp to this point. He was taking Josh Connolly Jr. to school apparently today. Multiple quick pressures from him. Deron Payne had a sack today as well, and then the third sack actually came from Bobby Wagner, the off-ball linebacker, who is a terrific blitzer. So something that you can expect from this Commanders defense this year is that their defensive line is going to be better than what it was last year, and then they're also going to be very creative with the way that they use their off-ball linebackers as blitzers. Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu, some of the best blitzing off-ball backers in the National Football League, and even Jayden Daniels was having a tough time getting the football out today with these guys attacking the quarterback. And then on top of that, what makes it even more difficult for Jayden is that the secondary was apparently draped all over the wide receivers today. All right, Mikey Samerstroh apparently had a phenomenal day. Trey Amos, the rookie out of Ole Miss, once again continued his great camp with another good day today. And, there's just not a whole lot of open receivers down the field without Terry McLaurin out there for Jayden Daniels to exploit. And, I think that's kind of the context that we have to put this whole conversation in, all right? Jayden Daniels wasn't able to move the football effectively today against a first-team NFL defense because he didn't have a lot of options. And one of the reasons why he didn't have a lot of options is because 2 of his 3 starting wide receivers weren't out there. Noah Brown is dealing with an injury, and of course Terry McLaurin is dealing with his contract situation, and the guys behind them are not good enough to make up for that. Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey, Chris Moore, etc. And Deebo Samuel is more of a gadget piece. He's not going to be able to make up for Terry McLaurin if he's not on this football team. So listen, man, I think that the practices that we have seen from Jayden Daniels in this first-team offense when they go up against first-team defenses are sending an abundantly clear message, okay? And that message is that this team needs to scary Terry McLaurin on the field this year playing for them, okay? Because this wide receiver core is just not good enough to be able to hold up this team, even with a guy as good as Jayden Daniels, who I have ranked as my 5th best quarterback in the entire National Football League heading into the year. But if you don't have weapons that can get open and teams can just play man coverage on you all day long, you're going to be relying on Jayden Daniels to use his legs way more often than maybe you would like him to, which could lead to more injury risk for the young franchise quarterback, which is obviously stuff that you don't want. But if you just inject Terry McLaurin into the equation here. All right, defenses automatically have to respect the deep pass. That gives opportunities to other players like Deebo Samuel to be able to do his gadget type stuff, and then Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, and others to get some more advantageous opportunities based on the defense playing Terry McLaurin the way they have to play him because he is a top 10 receiver in the game and an all-pro. So you need Terry McLaurin out there, and the sooner you can get this deal done, Adam Peters, the better. All right, but some good news on the offensive side of the ball was that the Gold team today, I think it was, quarterback Sam Hartman was competent today. Now, as if you guys watched the Friday night playoff blowout versus the Patriots last weekend, you guys knew that that's not the case. So to see Hartman bounce back today was good to see, and see him throw a touchdown pass. Chris Rodriguez Jr. also got into the end zone today. But there's also the possibility, and just hear me out here, guys, what if the second team defense is so bad that even Sam Hartman can look good against them? That would be something that would be not very good for the depth of this football team, but at least we heard that the first team defense was getting after it today, and Joe Witt Jr. has got his crew ready to go for the start of the 2025 season. So let me know down there in the comments section, what is your concern level for the Commanders offense at this point in the training camp process? Put it on a scale of 1 to 10 for me down there in the comment section. 1 meaning not worried at all, to 10 meaning I'm absolutely panicking. For me, I would say I'm around a 3 or a 4. I really want you to get Terry McLaurin locked up as soon as possible so you can hit the ground running week 1 with the New York Football Giants, not take any unnecessary losses because your offense is getting off to slow starts. I just think it makes too much sense, guys. Get it done, Adam. All right, so So that'll be it for today's show. Thank you so much for stopping by today, guys. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we got more Commanders content coming your way all throughout the week. And, of course, on Monday Night Football, next week we will be going live for our live watch party, Bengals versus Commanders. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, hail to the Commanders.